So we were building about 25 homes a year in 2009, and I thought I had the world by the tail and decided to go open a satellite office in Victoria. So I went down to Victoria. Victoria is about an hour and a half away from our office in Nanaimo, our head office in Nanaimo. And I went down there and I hired what I thought were great staff and sold some beautiful custom projects and started this satellite office away from our head office. And I had an eye-opening experience over the next about year and a half when the projects went okay, but we certainly weren't getting the results that we were getting in Nanaimo, where we had raving fan, job after job. That was our norm. So it was a bit of an eye-opener when we were doing jobs and we were having happy clients, relatively speaking, but they weren't raving fans. So this was all with staff out of the Victoria office. At the same time, I got approached by who was at that point our first franchise partner, and now an absolute cornerstone in our business, Jamie. Jamie was in Edmonton. Edmonton is in Alberta. It's a province away. It's a serious flight away. So I got contacted completely out of the blue by Jamie around this time when we had started our satellite office. And the question was, would you like to partner up and work with me in Alberta? And my immediate response was no. I'm really not interested. I've got this satellite office that I'm struggling with. Myself and my general manager at the time, we were putting out fires constantly and just not getting where we wanted to go. But the more that we talked, the more that I realized this was an individual that was going to make this happen quite clearly with or without me. So that was appealing to me. And the more we talked, we came to the realization that what we could do is consolidate services. So instead of opening a new office and staffing it with new people, accountants and bookkeepers and admin staff and support staff and all of these things, and having to train all of these new people at these new jobs, why didn't we just amalgamate and consolidate our services? He was gonna get the benefit of trained people out of the gate that knew what they were doing, and B, it was gonna cost him and ultimately me, as an operator, a whole lot less because we were sharing, consolidation of services. And so that's what we did. And so it was interesting. We had this satellite office that was struggling, and then we had this partner who was invested, who owned the office outright 100%, and the results just spoke for themselves. I mean, it was clearly a light bulb moment for me, where it was, this is the way to go. This is the way for us to expand what we're very confident at that time was a unique model, and the way to expand it was with invested partners who were just as invested as I was in making this something really special. I think probably one of the most interesting things about that was there was the immediate benefit, and I could see Jamie's growth and sharing of services and all of those things. But it was probably the impact to me that was the most important point, because I became acutely aware very, very quickly, working with Jamie, and then shortly thereafter David Babakayev and our general manager at the time, Stu, who was working with me in Nanaimo, that we were, as a group now, we were focusing our efforts to build something that was much better than I had ever done on my own. And that was eye-opening, very much so. It was working with invested, intelligent partners and people that together we were doing something that was way bigger and better than either one of us could do on our own. That was really the start of this transition to a regional concept and model that is what Alair is today.